Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 1.0 or Pubg 1.0 on the GeForce GT 1030 2GB. For FPS monitoring, this time I won't be using cam due to Battle Live, which is the anti-cheat software solution this game uses. So in the meantime, I'll be using MSI Afterburner. And if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description. So PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 1.0 or Pubg 1.0, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p. To skip none of those sections of the video, check the description below. So well, first I'll show you 1080p, trying to get over 30 frames per second. That means I'll prioritize quality over performance on that part of the video. Then I'll just lower everything to the minimum, except in textures, in order to see if I can get 60 frames per second. On 1080p, unfortunately, you cannot get constant 60 FPS. I get drops into the low 40s sometimes when I'm getting into battles or just looking far into the distance where there's a lot of detail. For 1080p, I overclocked the GT1030. You can see the core and memory clocks down in the description, but you have them on the video as well, just by looking at the overlay. Then on 900p and 720p, I just disabled the overclock. It's just running at stock speeds, because I know that not everybody will overclock their GPUs. But on both of those resolutions, I did the same as on 1080p. I show you a 60 FPS or close to that configuration, and then I show you a 30-ish FPS configuration, just prioritizing quality over performance, so you have a little of both worlds there. And while on 900p was much easier to get close to 60 frames per second. It's not perfect, but you are close to 60 frames per second more often on 1080p, obviously. But if you want to play at 60 as consistent as possible, I recommend playing at 720p as shown in the video. Just by using a mix between very low and low settings, it's enough to get 60s on 720p, so keep that in mind. But yeah, now I'm going to talk to you about the options menu and the difference between 1.0 and the previous version. The most demanding thing so far, like on the previous videos, is shadows. From ultra to high, there's a huge performance difference. From high to medium, there's also a difference, but it isn't as big of a difference compared to what you get from lowering from ultra to high, so keep that in mind. Now they look pretty similar, so I recommend lowering shadows first. Foliage and view distance weren't much of a hit, but if you want to get a small performance uplift, lower foliage. Post-processing and effects used to have a huge performance hit. Now post-processing seems to make the bigger difference. It seems to affect ambient occlusion as well, and I used to put effects on very low, since when you were in a red zone just surrounded by explosions, just being close by was a huge performance hit. Now it seems that they fixed that, so effects can be on medium or high just fine if you had it on very low in the past. But yeah, not much else to say about it. The game also seems to use a little less VRAM. So for textures, I would set high for 3 or 4 GB GPUs. For 2 GB GPUs, maybe low or medium. And for more than 4 GB of VRAM, use ultra. That should be fine. Unfortunately, I couldn't test the old map as much as this one, so I just tested this new map in this video. That's because it randomly selects the map. I cannot select it by myself, and the new map has a higher chance of just showing up randomly. That's because the developers just put that into the matchmaking, so you have a higher chance of getting into the new map. But they claim that they will soon add a map selector. When that happens, I'll probably make comparisons between the two maps, but it seems that the new map runs a little better. And well, overall, I saw that the Ryzen 3 1200 was very similar in performance to the G4560. I saw very similar frame times when you're just scavenging for stuff or in the middle of a village, or just running around. The parts when I mostly saw a difference was when there were other players just close to you, or you're just being shot or shooting someone. I saw more drops in the G4560 than on Ryzen 3. Ryzen 3 is instead a little more stable when you're in a battle or something. That was the biggest difference I saw between those CPUs. Overall, the performance is very similar on both of them, so you should have a good experience with any of those two CPUs. So yeah, it seems that they fixed the performance issues in the red zone or close to the red zone. The stutters that I had on the plane in the past are long gone. The lobby isn't as bad as it used to be. So yeah, overall it seems that it's running better than before. That's why I used a little higher settings compared with my previous videos on Pubg. But also remember that this map, it seems to be running a little better than the previous one. But I'll test that soon when they add the map selector. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.